do.
Okay, great. You go first.
Here we go. Episode 3.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
We're talking about creativity. We're talking about why it's important and how to tap in.
Yes.
And we're going to start with we're calling it the pour. Let's get into what's been going on in our cups. The personal check-ins.
Where is your cup? Where is your cup today, Dom?
Oh, Lord. My cup is crushed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm rebuilding my cup right now. I was just telling you the other day that, and I actually read something that we're literally halfway through the year, I think, as of yesterday.
Yeah.
And they were saying, it's a good time to evaluate what's on your plate, what you have going on, and keep it, discard it. It's a good time to just see what's going on. And
what's working, what's not, what should I start doing, stop doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to do that. I was telling you that weeks ago in general. Then all of this stuff happens in my personal life, and I'm like, okay, it's blaring me right in the face that I need to do a hard reset and figure out and reprioritize things and figure out what I want my days to actually be filled with, and am I putting my attention towards the right things, right?
Yep.
I feel like we get so bogged down by routine, and you're not actually putting attention towards the things that you should be. At least that's what's going on in my life. And with everything that did happen to me personally, I feel like my cup has just been completely demolished. It's time for me to rebuild it and then pour back into it of what things are actually good for me, what's actually going to move me in the right direction.
Yeah.
That's what I want my cup filled with.
100%.
And so my cup is non-existent at the moment. What's going on in your cup?
And what I think that is beautiful and grateful at the same time is that our cups are different.
Yeah.
Because if we were both crushed, that would be me.
Yeah. It would just be a tough season.
Very tough. It's what we do. My cup is full. It's full. It is. In our episode that we're going to be going through today, the cost of creativity and building a brand when you are the brand. You're the face of it, or the creative energy behind it, the visionary. So for me right now, learning to be in that moment and take time when my cup isn't full and figure out what I need to do to fill it back up. Correct. And I think for me, I'm in this space at the moment where I'm allowing myself to be, and I'm not worrying or constantly I should be here. Or not doing that imposter syndrome, because it's so easy to do. Going, okay, I'm fine with where I'm at. Enjoy it, because all I have is today. I can learn from the past. I don't want to live in it. The future, who knows? I can have goals and places I want to go. Yeah. But constantly wanting or constantly feeling I need to be something put me in a place, a spiral, a place that was just...
You're not good enough.
Yeah, or it just... I wasn't embracing or celebrating the moments we accomplished something or when it was good, kept going to the next, or just going to the next, I've got to now, I have to hit this mark, or I've got to go here, or instead of going, shit, this is great, because all I have is today. And be in that space, then what is it for?
Yeah, I agree. It's so massively important to recognize what's going on around you and really take it in and find yourself in that gratitude place and really enjoying what's happening, good or bad, having to do that in order to get through. I feel like it's a non-negotiable now. Take the damn time. Recognize the good that's happening around you, because there's also a lot of shittiness. So you might as well take the time to pay attention to the good as much as the bad.
I've been learning practicing quieting my brain, which prior to taking time and don't let anything, the clutter, I can't get over how much noise I had in there.
So much noise.
No matter what I was doing, it was constant.
Yeah.
It would be the next to do, or just junk, really. A lot of junk, a lot of repeat. And that was what my brain was going through. No wonder tired. No wonder
1,000%.
No clarity, because it's just all the time.
I feel like every woman that freaking walks this earth can relate to that.
Yeah, and in that practice and it hasn't been easy, but just going, breathing, and if something pops in my brain, acknowledge it, and then let go, and just try to not think of anything, has just brought this moment of peace.
When did that start?
Just this week.
That's great. I love that.
The last couple of weeks, but I feel, and the first one starting to do it, it was it wasn't working. And I'm like,
how do I even do it?
this isn't working. And you feel like a failure. And then you're like, forget this.
Yeah. One more thing on my list.
Running more to the mental roller coaster. You can't even turn it off, Kinsey. What's wrong with you? But just sitting in the moment and allowing it.
But it took practice. That mental clarity. And here's what I know I'm working on in this slow season. I am okay not doing the rest. And I'm okay that those other things aren't being attended to. And I'm quieting my brain around the fact I'm okay with that. And you're not fighting your internal self, teen voices.
Constant fight that I would be in all day, all the time. And it would be that fight in the brain that even I'd be having conversations with other people, but my brain would constantly be going. Even just taking that moment and going, be present.
Yeah.
Stop the chatter, listen, right? Listen and fully be engaged with the people that are in your life right now, and you're not getting anything done. I think that's just being more present in all areas and then being okay with saying, just gonna rest.
Everybody always says this, the list is never gonna end. Write it down somewhere, keep it for later.
Yeah.
Put it off in the back burner, prioritize what's important, and go.
Yeah. And one thing would be, too, because my brain will go, the minute my head hits the pillow, the brain goes. I could be falling asleep and doing the head nod and then just shut everything off and go to sleep. And then that's when the brain goes. And so taking a moment to, if it's important, write it down. Because the brain's going to keep thinking about it because it doesn't want you to forget it. So if you write it down a notepad next to your bed, the brain goes, okay, like you got it.
We'll worry about that later.
Yeah, and it'll go away. And I'm like, okay, hello. Like, why didn't I do this 8 years ago?
Yeah. They say that people will do like their list of the things that they need to do the next morning right before they go to bed. So that for that reason, like your brain quiets down, and then when you wake up in the morning, you feel comfortable enough to do your morning routine without worrying about what's next or what is important to do the next day.
Yeah,
So
our pour got really like overflowing.
Yeah.
But I back on you though. I want to know more. I know your cup is depleted, and I am proud of you for acknowledging that.
Yeah.
And I know you, because it's hard for you to be okay with it being that way. So what are you going to do for you to, A, take the time you need to have it that way, but then to start slowly fill it up?
Yeah. I have been just listening to myself lately, and I've just been moving forward. I just keep going until I get to a place where I'm tired and recognize that it's time for me to take a break. And that's been happening more often than not lately. So at least I'm listening and I'm not ignoring what's going on. And I would say lately, everything has been just hitting me with tiredness.
Yeah.
I haven't been struck by a ton of grief symptoms, I would say, yet. And then when I do get tired, I do take the time to rest.
Okay.
And relax, or in whatever way I can. I would then say my next step is just have a conversation, a brain dump with myself on what is all of my responsibilities. Am I letting go of any of them? Am I handing them off to somebody else? Am I keeping? We're going to figure that piece out. And then from there, I want to build a new routine for myself and prioritize what actually matters. Because after what I went through, I think was life-changing for me. And in so many ways I haven't even figured out yet. I can feel them. And I've already figured out a few already. Like the epiphanies aren't going to end in that sense, especially because I'm creative. But speaking on creativity, and I think it's tied hand in hand. I can easily tell where I'm at with myself based on my creativity levels.
Yes. And that leads us right in to our podcast.
Yeah, which is crazy. Crazy how it's God's work to talk about this now.
The timing is of the essence. So I'm going to start off with our very first question. Dom, what is it actually like to always be the one pushing the vision forward? Not just for the brand, but for the people around you too. When have you felt the weight of that the most, and how do you handle the pressure when it's heavy?
I told you. Like, have you reread these questions that I wrote weeks ago?
Yeah.
Because it's really fucking funny that we're answering them now.
So good.
The timing is insane. And to be honest, I wrote them like 6 weeks ago. They're even more fitting now. 6 weeks ago, my cup was full. And it didn't feel as heavy as it does now. Everything feels really heavy for me right now. and probably one of the heaviest seasons I've been in. Back-to-back moments of like highs and lows.
Yeah.
Extreme highs and extreme lows. And I don't feel like I've had moments to even process all of them. So I'm still in that bullshit right there. That's why my cup is crushed.
Because the podcast we've created, or our intention is to be raw, real, and vulnerable. So I'm going to task you, if you are up for it, I want you to share where the highs were about a month ago, what you created and accomplished with that amazing event, and how about, a week and 2 weeks, the timeline of what then happened and transpired. Because I want our audience to understand the cup was full and now the cup was empty. Because people are probably going through this stuff all the time.
I feel like as an entrepreneur, like you have no choice but to keep business going in any way you can, especially when you are a small business and have no choice but to be everything it needs to be.
Yeah.
You
So
have to show
the
up
last
no matter
week
what.
of May.
And I put on an event for luxury wedding space for all of the vendors, and we hosted a magazine launch for Arizona Bride 2025 awards gala where they also released their magazine. So we were chosen to plan.
Huge honor, and you guys freaking killed it.
Thank you. It was quite the beast to plan. It turned out phenomenal. I am over the moon by it. Like, I couldn't have asked for anything better. Of course, in hindsight 2020, I would tweaked a few things, but absolutely nothing that major that I would change. Obviously, there were some day of event things that I'm like, I didn't like how that was handled. I wish that was different, but nothing major at all. And everyone had such a good time. I still have people calling me as of yesterday, telling me how much fun it was.
Like such an honor and accomplishment. Okay, just for those who may not know, you said this honor of a gala, but you are amongst all of your peers. It's all vendors within the wedding
we
event
put on
space.
a black tie, multiple events,
so
multiple space, fully designed. There's no budget, but everything, but you have to treat it like everyone's like royalty in that sense. I wanted everyone to feel like the Oscars of our space. And I agree with that. I think it's going to be really hard for them to top it next year. But I was like, guys, you gave me the theme, sky's the limit. What did you think I was going to do? You think I wasn't going to go out? Like that was the whole theme. Literally what I was supposed to do.
So you go from this amazing high and creating something fabulous and people that talking all about it, and you're getting the videos and the images back from the amazing people that you had a part of it collaborating. And you don't have to go deep. I just want people to understand high and then what happened in your world.
Yeah, really high highs. The week after, phenomenal. 2 weeks later, getting all the galleries back. Well, actually, exactly 2 weeks after the event, I got out of my jiu-jitsu training class. I already knew my dad was in the hospital because he had an incident the day before. We got a call saying he wasn't feeling great. They called an ambulance. They brought him in. They're running tests. All the tests came back fine. So that was Tuesday, right? Wednesday, I get a call when I come out of my jiu-jitsu class from the doctor at the hospital that the infection that he had, and there was nothing else that they can do. And it crushed me.
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere. My dad is young.
Yep.
Absolutely crushed me. And talking to the doctor when I'm 2,500 miles away, I was like, okay.
Getting on a plane and I'm going.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Well, I broke down first and then had to tell my kids a little bit about what was going on because I knew I had to leave, but I didn't tell them all the things yet. But they were not hopeful at all when I talked to them on the phone on Wednesday, so I went immediately. I get there early Thursday morning. Doctors give me the same rundown. They're like, hey, we're still trying. The infection went to his brain. His brain is now swollen, and we are not seeing much activity. We're still going to do everything we can to try to redeem anything. We're still trying, but this is really where we're at. And then by Thursday night, they told us, I think it was Thursday night. Everything is a blur.
Yeah.
Thursday night, they told us officially that there was absolutely nothing that they could do. And my dad is an organ donor. So then they were like, okay, what do we want to do for the next steps? And so for the next few days, while they kept my dad on life support, he was clinically brain dead at that time. They didn't officially call it yet. They couldn't, but he was having all the markers for it. And then they had to the time to figure out what organs they could or couldn't
cannot,
take,
yep.
get our permission. Once they had our permission, they had to line up all the donors all along the East Coast that were gonna immediately, the teams were there on
yes.
site and receive his organs. And then there was a lot of hiccups along the way. At the end of the day, I went from one of the highest points of week,
Yeah.
the absolute lowest.
Yeah.
And that
yeah, a week and a half ago. And here we are sitting and reading these questions that you created 6 weeks ago. And the reason why I want to thank you for being vulnerable and sharing, I feel that people are going to understand more when you're talking about my cup is empty and being the creative and why it's so important to you now to really focus on what's important, of what lights you up, what fills your cup, and the impact that you can make. And that's why I wanted to bring you there.
Yeah, and I mean, we can talk about impact in a whole other episode. I can talk for days on impact, like that piece. But I think that, to your point, going from one of the highest moments to the lowest moments, and in regards to my creativity and being the one that has to push everything forward constantly, right? Like, you have people that rely on you, you have clients that rely on you, you have an organization that is living and breathing that still needs to be fed. And of course, we take step backs. Like, I've been slowing down like crazy. Like, I'm just doing what needs to be done at the moment and pushing as hard as I can to feel productive, because that's important to me. I can't fully stop. Like, that would crush me even more.
Right.
Like, I would be like wallowing at that point. And there'll be times where I am, right? But I can't sit in that. And so I have to keep going. And that's what's best for me. Not everyone does that. Like, I'm not knocking anyone that takes 7 months and does absolutely nothing. Like, but I can't be like that. And I was saying that the check-ins with myself are so related to my creativity levels. And when you're in charge of pushing that creativity, that's an easy way for me to check in with myself and say, am I getting new ideas? Am I having clear thoughts? Am I able to focus on a task? Am I able to go from beginning to end on something? And I can still. So whenever Ness is like, oh, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? And I'm like, oh my God, shut up. But thank you to everyone that is checking in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, everyone's trying to be mindful, because it's just that weird situation. They want to know, but they don't want to bring it up. But I check in and I'm like, I think I'm doing okay. There are times where I'm horrible and there are times where I'm great. But I think I'm doing okay. And I can tell because I'm still able to get creativeness out.
Yes.
And new ideas are happening. And ultimately, I think that it makes me recognize I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. I think that after sitting in all of this, and even in the last week and a half, I haven't processed it all at all. But it's constantly just reassurance of the sense I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be right now, and I'm built for this.
Yes.
I'm built for the highs and the lows. And me being able to still push through what I'm going through right now, sit in this chair or even sit on my computer or even have moments with my kid, it's just reassuring in my own self of like, okay, you're going to be okay. Like, you've got this in that sense.
100%.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind.
But yeah, damn, it's been. Yeah. But I wrote down some other notes on here when I read this earlier, and I think we talked about it a little bit already, but I think it's important to focus on the things that are not sexy and the things that are just massively important, and put pressure on those and reprioritize and create that space that you need to find your own solitude or find the things that pull you back into your creativity. But I know that in high pressure situations, that if I don't have that creativity, then I'm not doing okay, and I need to go figure out what's going on. So that comes back. I read a book recently, The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, or maybe it was last year, it wasn't recently. But
yesterday,
time morphs in business world. But it taught me so much on how to tune into your creativity, how to tap into it, how to access it, where it comes from for you. That was a phenomenal resource for me on learning how to harness my creativity, and when it comes to me, how to get it to come out, like when I'm not feeling it. Like, when you're not feeling the creativity, there's a million different ways that you can tap in and put yourself in that subconscious flow state so that creativity comes back.
Yeah.
That's my favorite state to be in. And it happens every day for me after like 3 p.m. I'm like, after 3 p.m., my logistical brain turns off.
I love
Okay, I've got a question for you. We talked about this a little bit earlier. How do you handle the pressure and find ways to stay creative when you're stretched too thin or the pressure's too high? And what do you do for yourself?
I think for so long, it was push, right?
Yeah.
That's all I would do is push. Like thinking that creativity is like a faucet. And then I learned, I've been learning, it doesn't happen just like that. I have to take a moment and be okay. What am I going to do to replenish?
Right.
If I'm not feeling creative or stale or stagnant, but you still push, right? It's in there somewhere, which it is. But I find that the light bulb comes back on, that epiphany, that excitement comes back, usually when I have taken my mind off of needing to be creative. And whether it is going for a walk or trying to have some stillness, I feel like that is more of when I get that, you're talking about that moment when it hits you and you're like, it's there. So I think for me, that has been a huge aha moment, and knowing that it's to have time when you're not creative, and then putting into practice what you can, to not put the pressure on you, but what's going to reignite you and help you get re-engaged.
Yeah.
And usually it's like doing a dance class or yoga or something that's completely not having to do with work.
And subconscious mind and not sitting and forcing yourself to try to get creative happening.
Yeah. And for the longest time, I would just sit in my own head. I wouldn't talk about it or share ideas, because I used to be in that mindset of, if I say it, someone's going to do it. Someone's going to take it, whatever.
Right.
Now I'm like, to me, I got to keep it in. Hold it close, and then wait till you develop, or wait till this. What I have learned by sharing is that it just opens up so many more doors and opportunities and allows the idea or thought to go beyond where I ever thought it would. And then it continues to fuel it, right? You just add a little more kindling to it, and the fire just keeps going. The light might dim a little bit, give it some time, and then add.
Totally.
So I think that has also been something that, it wasn't like I was just like, no, hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you, it's resetting your body.
Yeah.
It's sharing.
Yes.
That helps you spark your creativity.
Yeah. And that's new. And I'm still, like, that one for me is still uber hard.
Yeah.
Uber hard. And grateful for you, because I can share all with you.
Yeah, I
And-
normally already understand what you're
yeah,
trying
you're like,
to say.
I'm in your brain, Kinsey.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, safe space here and there, but I can understand what you're putting down. Yeah, I think for me, practices are not necessarily moving my body always, but it's just things that I do routinely without having to think about it. Driving, or some people showering.
Listening to music.
Oh, that's for me. Human design, manifest generator. My digestion is loud music.
Yeah.
I'm constantly listening to loud music, and it helps me through everything. If you know me, I have a speaker. There's always music on, and you're lucky if you understand what you're thinking over my music.
Yeah. And for you, baths.
Oh yeah, I love baths.
Right?
More
Is-
baths
that is-
2025.
Yes. So that I feel, knowing that those things, music, taking time to do a bath, and making sure that we're incorporating those.
Yeah, I'm putting that shit in my schedule. This whole
Yeah.
like redoing thing, this is what I'm talking about. Like I'm gonna time block my days, putting everything on my calendar, but I'd actually schedule it in and make room around it, because buffers are really helpful for me, and not jam packing my schedule back and only doing big blocks of what I'm working on in I would say.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Love it. All right, speaking, what boundaries have helped you protect your energy as a brand builder and public facing leader? And where have you drawn the line, and what changed when you did?
I love this question, because I think boundaries are a necessity, and you cannot protect your energy without them. I'll die on that hill. If you don't have boundaries, your energy is up for grabs, in my opinion. Is what protects other people from coming and taking, or from you receiving energy that you shouldn't be, or vice versa. if you know yourself, especially as a woman, your gut will tell you immediately, is this right for me or not?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. And I don't ignore that shit. And I immediately say something. I'm like, oh, I don't think we're going to be friends. My bad. This ain't right. I didn't like how that felt, or I don't like how I walked into this room, energy's off. Not be a place for me. Maybe I'll give it another try. I don't know, but I'm not ignoring it.
Yeah.
I might not make a decision off of the first gut feeling, but I am not ignoring. And my gut is my boundary radar. And so I know yourself. Know that when your gut is speaking to you, what it's actually saying in those moments.
Yes.
Doesn't necessarily mean you need to immediately respond, but absolutely do not ignore and put those boundaries in place, whether it's don't talk to them, distance yourself. I think it doesn't even need to be that harsh. It recognize it's not right for you and start there.
Yeah.
What does that look like for me if this piece wasn't involved? Or what does it look like for me if I didn't have to deal with this? Mm-hmm. This is now not my responsibility. I wasn't supposed to. I'm just going to leave that one over there. Oh, this is my responsibility. This is in my control. Cool. I'll keep this one. And that's just how I
navigate through it.
Navigate through setting those boundaries and recognizing that you know what's best for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
I know. It's
the knowing.
Yes, and knowing, but it's also on the other side of setting those boundaries is a feeling that I wish everyone could experience. Because on the other side of setting boundaries is a feeling that is powerful and confident, and also not in a bad way, but self-centered. So that you're first. And if you're, like we were saying earlier, if we're not pouring into ourselves or into our cups in order for us to handle all the other pieces that we have going on, you can't do that without boundaries.
Yeah.
Everybody wants our attention for some reason. You have to draw the line at some point so that you can protect your energy, be in control of it, and then experience on the other side of how the life that you actually want to create and the life that you actually want to live is centered around you being self-centered, putting yourself first, and recognizing what you need to block and not allow in that life that you want to create.
Right.
And when you sit in that, I feel like you're experiencing that now. And that my cup is full, and I did put those boundaries in place that I need, and I said no to the things that aren't right for me. It feels phenomenal. It feels like you're living the life you're meant to, and the one that you fucking created, because you're saying no to the things that don't belong. It's a hard thing to do. I love saying no. It's not necessarily super hard for me, but it's a skill you must acquire if you want to protect your energy.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. It's definitely something of practice, right? And I think you hitting on that note of how it secures and reserves your energy. You don't have the holes where it's just pouring out. It's keeping it where it needs to be.
I think it's also, if you're protecting your energy and creating a life that allows you to sit in your purpose.
Yes.
I mean, that's another layer on top of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, creating boundaries is step one to creating the life you want. Once you get there, let me find my purpose now if I haven't already, and double down on it. You can't focus on any of that if everyone else is taking or you're pouring into the wrong buckets. It's beautiful. I wish everyone can experience it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm just riding the wave of it right now. But I'm in a place right now, I need to reestablish what boundaries I need so I can get back to that. I've been on both sides. Okay, Kins, how do you navigate the tension between being the face of the brand and and what's help you stay visible without burning out?
The tension in that one is real.
Yeah.
It is real. And I won't sit here and pretend that I've actually solved that. It's more of an evolution. And I think, just like you said, it changes. I think finding and listening to the gut when you're in a room with somebody, and it could just be with one other person or a few people, and then you leave and you're like, oh, you got. Then the opposite of when you're like somewhere and it's just draining. And you're like,
oh, you leave feeling worse than you showed up?
Exhausted. So I think, to me,
there's a line that I listen to in a song all the time. My brain always goes to lyrics, and it says, I'm here in a full tank, but I'm leaving on E. I hate that.
Yes.
Immediate boundary.
To me, that is so important. I'm in a new phase now where understanding and listening to what I need is not something that I have honed in on. This is a new version of me, an expanded version of knowing and protecting that, because I just am a giver. I just want to make sure everybody's okay, and I will do whatever I can.
Absolutely. Women are like that.
Right.
I'm like that too in a lot of ways.
But I realize that I can do that better for others if I've poured into myself first.
Absolutely.
Because then I'm clear, and my intention for you is on you. And it's not because I'm exhausted and I'm still trying to give you some. I can now give you my whole heart, my whole intention, and that's so powerful. So powerful.
Yeah. Show up clear, pure, and with the right intentions.
Yeah. And that to me is a battle, but it's one now when you know what it's like to sit on this side of it and not feel exhausted and drained. And I think the accomplishments mean nothing if you are zapped and at zero.
Yep.
I much rather sit here and feel this than be like, oh, I hit these numbers. Do you know what me? I'm still gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'll get there, but it may not be on the original timeline of what I wanted. That's okay.
The word that's coming to me is surrender.
Yes.
Surrender is difficult.
It is. It is.
A song called The Art of Surrender. Cue the song.
Boom.
I can sing it for you right here, right now. You don't want to hear that, people.
And I think it's like being kind to myself and where I'm at and acknowledging it. I think for so long that hustle and that push just mentality was the norm, and it doesn't have to be.
And that's the world we live.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in, and it's anti what our human nature is made up of.
Yeah.
Like, it's the pressure of gaining people's attention for 14 seconds and days like today versus 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And the pace of which the world operates is
Bananas.
Amazon Primed. It's bullshit because human nature doesn't operate that way. The earth doesn't operate that way.
No.
And society doesn't always welcome the rest.
Yeah.
Especially in the whole hustle culture. And don't get me wrong, I can out hustle anyone.
Oh,
you and I can turn it up and never turn it. It's not worth it.
And it serves a purpose when
Yeah,
needed. I think I lived in that for so long, and I think now where I'm at in my life, can I do it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But did I take even the moment to enjoy those things? No. I kept going after the next best thing. What's going to be the newest this or whatever it might be? And I never sat in the moment going, holy shit, we just did that.
Yeah.
So for me now, taking time to be and enjoy is hands down so important.
The thrill of seeking something better and pushing to the next best thing is pushing to the next goalpost is very easy for us competitiveness.
Yes.
People that want to grow a business and you want it to thrive and you want to build all these things. That's not, we're not saying ignore that. We're not saying you don't need that. We're not, this whole episode is not about that. We can talk about that all day. But like, you're human and there's only one of you and you only get one freaking life.
Yes.
Pay the fuck attention to what actually matters and take care of yourself.
So I'm an age where my parents are getting older.
Yeah.
This past Sunday, my dad has artificial hips. Hip popped out, rushed to the hospital. And I didn't know. I just got a phone call saying, you have to go. And knowing what you had just gone, I'm like, Jiminy Christmas. Right? Oh my gosh. Get to the hospital. And my sister and my mom are there.
I don't want to laugh at Dr. Bob's story. Jiminy Christmas, and we got one.
And then my mom made a funny comment of, we figured this would be a great way for us all
Way to get the fam together.
But I allowed myself the flex to be there. And I was like, okay, this is a moment that I need to be present. My brain is wired to normally go how it used to be. It'd be like the list. And I would be sitting there thinking of all the other things that are supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
And I stopped and I said, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right here, right now. Dad got home. Next morning I get a phone call and we're back at the hospital again. And my mom and dad both said to me, go be with your family. Go, we got this. And I was like, this is my family. This is where, and I sat in that moment and allowed myself to be there. I sat there and we laughed and we cried. We had funny things, stories, and they were reminiscing about when I was a kid, whatever. But to me, like, Kinsey previously wouldn't.
Right.
And those are moments that I'll never get back. If who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Literally.
Yeah.
Right now, I try not to sit in the guilt and shame of grief. Grief brings in a lot of emotions, right?
Yeah.
I usually get stuck in the what are they going to miss out on that hasn't yet to come. That is where I normally get stuck. Unfortunately, I've been through the grief process so many times in my life, the home as it is this time.
Yeah.
But I've taught myself to stay out of the coulda, woulda, shouldas, or looking backwards of what I could have done.
Yeah.
I learned that at a really young age to quote unquote not regret anything because why?
Yeah.
How? If I'm going to make mistakes, I'm not going to always do the right thing. I am always going to push the boundaries. I'm always going to push the limits expected. And I just have accepted that about who I am and myself. So for a very young age, I just never harped on regret. Just be okay with you make your decisions. In this grief process, I've been really good about not sitting in what's killing me right now is all the things that have yet to come
Right.
that I can't share
Yes.
with. And that's where I get stuck right now, which in my opinion, I think is a better place to be, like moving forward and looking forward than it is backwards. But who freaking knows when it comes to the mourning process, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, you gotta just appreciate and sit in the gratitude of what you have now. Fill your days with things that actually matter, at least to you. Team no regrets.
No, I like. All right, Ms. Dom, if you could give one honest, unfiltered piece of advice to women building high visibility brands, especially the ones that feel unseen in the process, what would you say to them today?
Okay. Spoiler, we write these questions and we obviously look at them prior because I want to have a clear train of thought. Maybe one day we'll change that. But I'm just...
I love that.
Because I looked at earlier and I was like, this is exactly what I would say to literally anyone. And I'm going to say it loud and clear right now. I truly believe that you can build anything that you want if you stop standing in your own way. You got to be willing to do it scared, do it messy, do it broke, do it tired, but do it anyway. No one is coming to save you. If it's your dream, then it's your responsibility. And if no one sees you right now, then keep building until they can't ignore you. That's my piece.
I like it. I like it.
How about you? What would you tell any woman standing in front of us right now that wants to build a big brand, take on the weight, is feeling gone, and they're like, is this even worth it?
Yeah.
What would you tell?
I would say, I see you. I get that. That is normal. It's okay.
That part.
It is normal. And be where you are. Don't give up. I think that oftentimes it's a breaking point, right? When you're at that moment where you feel just at your depths or you want to throw in the towel, you are at the moment when the next best thing is about to happen.
I agree with that.
But so many people, that's when they go,
I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
And I think from the visibility standpoint, you're not guaranteed to be seen no matter what, right?
Yeah.
We're putting all this time, energy, and effort to be seen, or you feel like you have to be seen by a certain amount, or you have to hit a certain number, and
Let that.
you just make an impact to one person. That right there holds weight.
And matters.
And build a business that gives you oxygen, that lights you up, that even though, yes, it sometimes can be like debilitating and exhausting, but you'd started it for a reason. So sometimes sit in that, and we grow, we evolve. So sometimes there might be a next version of it, or you may have to sit and go and reevaluate, is this still something that is me focusing on?
Yeah.
Like there's sometimes a moment, or I think, what's that next evolution?
Yeah.
That's going to get you excited again and refill your cup.
Totally.
Right?
It's hard. It's also like when you get to a place where you're feeling unseen, feeling the pressure, like you're saying you're on the cusp of that new version of yourself, at what that's and work. Don't work towards someone else in their business and their journey. Don't be like, oh, I need to be doing what they're doing because I see them doing this over here. That's not me. That's not where you're at. That's not the mountain that you're on. Worry about the next thing right in front of you and realize if that thing blocking you from the next piece is you, because 99% of the time it is. And I've recognized that over the journeys that we've been on building our business. Like whenever we get stuck, I immediately turn to me and be like, okay, what do I need to do different? What do I need to focus on different to hire someone to do because I'm not? Like, it's usually a me thing. And I'm like, oh, I'm in the way again. Here we go.
I think realizing your brand isn't your identity. It's a piece, it's a component, it's a tool, but it's not your be all and end all.
Yeah,
right?
and I think there's a difference between personal brand and business brand. Oh, Luca,
our little guest.
People are gonna be like, wait,
and you so good.
Thank you, buddy. Getting out of so funny.
So funny.
But no, I think this episode is all encompassing in saying running a business or a brand is going to break you at some point. It's meant to get you to your peak, break you so that you can rebuild another version of you.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you're rebuilding yourself 19 times in 1 year if you're running real quick and you're allowing those changes to be made and those breakthroughs to happen. And then sometimes you're in season where you're stuck for a while. Yeah. And sometimes it's out of your control. But there are sitting in reflection and understanding, being objective about what's happening, how you're treating yourself, and how you're investing in yourself will always reflect in your business. Oh, Luca. Luca agrees. He said, I'm over this.
He's like,
Can somebody take me on a walk? Oh, Lord. I wish everyone could see him right now.
He's stinking cute.
Funny. How do you feel about this episode? Is there anything that you would like to, any closing thoughts? What are you feeling right now?
No, I think it was beautiful.
I think women are meant to run businesses because the rate of which we can be broken and rebuild is rapid.
Yeah. We're the ones making the decisions in the households, making the buying decisions, doing all those things. It just makes sense. It makes sense that we're the ones
We can handle 19 buckets at a time.
Yes.
That's what we're meant to do. Yeah. We're able to handle all the areas and juggle all the things when men are narrow and singularly focused, which I love that for them.
Yes.
That's what they're meant to be.
Yeah.
We're meant to juggle all the things.
We are.
Yeah. The burden and weight of which, just that statement in and of itself, that's wild.
Yeah.
That could be a
whole other episode.
We're going to talk about men and women. We're going to get caught in that trap.
Nope.
Nope, pass.
Yeah.
Kinsey said, not ready for that confrontation. Dom, sign me up.
The peacemaker says,
you can have that podcast without me. Make it a single episode. Actually, put that on your own fucking Instagram.
It is. I mean, there are so many gifts that we have being a female. I think being able to speak to those because they are ours. Men will not, they don't, and won't ever have a full understanding. An understanding and an empathy and being able to know how we complement each other or not.
But they can't experience what we experience,
Vice
versa.
But what I feel, why it's so important for us to have a voice or share our voice with other women. For so long, we just didn't. Or it wasn't welcomed. We didn't necessarily have a platform. Now, I mean, we do, and it's wonderful. But there's so many out there that
still don't even want to talk.
No.
Aren't even open to it.
No.
Yeah. Hopefully us being able to share anything inspires somebody else to be able to speak their truth and their story and allow their voice to be heard.
Yeah.
I love that.
For sure.
Yeah. I didn't think that this episode would go the way that it did. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because I wrote it 3 freaking weeks or 6 weeks ago.
That's the beauty of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And realizing, and I think that things change at the drop of a dime. A pin, a dime. What is that? I don't even know. Drop of a dime?
Drop of a dime.
Drop of a dime.
Pin
Yeah.
drop.
Pin drop. But they
The
do,
drop
they
of a dime.
change. Like
We're the worst at that.
we
Our
make up-
analogies.
we make up our own.
Yeah, literally.
dude.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Say what you want.
But but it's true. Like, our lives can change like that.
Yeah.
And how we respond to them, how we allow ourselves the time to grieve, to respond, to take it all in is so important.
Yeah.
So important.
It's needed. Don't ignore it, people. Listen to
No.
your gut. Listen to your damn gut. All right, Kins, let's
Yeah,
close it out.
Yeah, I have somewhere, our little closing thing.
You want me to
Sugar
say it? I'll go
smacks.
first.
Yeah. Yes, I found it. Good, do it.
That's it for this round of Curated and Crafted. The process is messy. The vision is worth it. Stay rooted, stay bold, and keep crafting a life that feels like yours.
Love it. That's it for this round of Curated and Crafted. The process is messy. The vision is worth it. Stay rooted, stay bold, and keep crafting a life that feels like yours. We'll catch you next time for episode 4.
What?
Four.
All right, let's do it. All right, I love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.
I need some water.
Water.
Come here, Luca.